Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, we're going to be taking a look at some content from Fat Sapphic Bro, in which they proclaim that they were traumatized by fat suits when they were a kid. They're also going to be going over some other stuff about celebrity weight loss and how everybody in Hollywood has an ED and a lot of super hot takes. I will get to the store and get some new flowers soon. I'll just edit in a fresh bouquet of flowers right here. That looks natural, doesn't it? Wow, those sure are beautiful. Let us proceed with the applying of comb to mustache.
This person says you probably already covered this somewhere, but can we discuss the use of fat suits and celebrities gaining weight for roles then losing it immediately after? Yeah, so I have not talked about fat suits, but I have talked a little bit about celebrities gaining weight for roles and then losing it immediately. And
what do you mean you've talked about celebrities gaining weight and then losing it immediately? We know that that's not possible. I don't know where you're coming up with this, but according to your own science, weight loss is impossible, and it will lead to a shortened lifespan 100% of the time.
that shit is so problematic, and it's so clearly disordered eating.
How is it disordered to gain some weight for a role, and then you're done with the role, and then you lose the weight? That just sounds like somebody who has their diet and exercise routine dialed in. Do they keep losing weight once they get to their target weight, or do they just stop once they're healthy? Because if they just stop once they're healthy, I wouldn't call it disordered, my friend. But let's not get confused and act like there aren't unhealthy ways to lose weight. There definitely are. The fact that the celebrities can gain and lose the weight that easily has to do something mentally to the fat acceptance people. It's got to prove something to you guys that you maybe don't want to admit, that it's possible to lose weight.
And I don't understand why Hollywood just officially gives people eating disorders and it's celebrated. It's really disturbing.
How's it an ED just because somebody gained weight and then lost it? They did exactly what they intended to do. I would argue that EDs usually put people in a place that they don't want to be, right? Somebody that's morbidly obese but they just keep on eating and they're having trouble controlling it, they don't want to be there. Somebody that has a restrictive ED, for the most part, I don't think they want to be there. I think they want to stop their restrictive behavior and get healthy. They're just having a hard time because of all these issues and whatnot. So if somebody gains weight intentionally for a role and then loses it intentionally to get back to the weight that they were, and then they stay at that weight, I don't know if there's anything disordered about that. I would say that person just has a handle on their diet and exercise regime. They can gain it when they want, and they can lose it when they want, which kind of pokes a bunch of holes in the whole weight is genetic and it's not possible to lose weight thing, doesn't it? They're literally breaking the rules of the Matrix by losing weight. They must be Neo, dude. They have to be the chosen one.
And then you have, the issues with people like Rebel Wilson, who wasn't doing well as a thin female comedian, so she got fat in order to get better roles, and then once she got enough fame, she lost the weight.
I think that you're absolutely incorrect about all of that. What are you talking about? Rebel Wilson gained weight to get better roles? In other videos, you talk about all the crappy roles that she got just because she was overweight. She only gets to be the overly sexualized, horny fat girl, or the dweeby shy fat girl, or the whatever stupid movie tropes. Alright, there's some truth to what they said. I had to look into it a little bit, and it turns out that Rebel Wilson said some things that are actually kind of close to what this person is saying. Oh, if I was wrong, that's gonna chap my ass. No, I actually don't care. Let's look. Now, keep in mind that this is from eonline.com, e-news, so it's, you know. Did Rebel Wilson get fatter to advance her career? The Australian actress, who is best known for her role as Fat Amy in the Pitch Perfect movies, got candid about her weight in an interview with the UK newspaper The Telegraph that was posted over the weekend. Wilson recalled a time when she wrote and starred in her first play and also cast a girl with a larger frame than her. And I was like, oh, that girl's getting a lot of laughs, a lot easier than me. What is it? Because I don't think there's much difference in talent. And I remember distinctly thinking, I think it's because she's fatter, Wilson said. And then, I don't know if it was mega conscious, but I thought, How can I get more laughs? Maybe if I was a bit fatter. And then suddenly I was fatter and doing comedy. Alright, I think she glossed over quite a few details there. Rebel Wilson wrote a play and she starred a girl that was fatter than herself. She noticed that that girl was getting a lot of laughs, more than her. She pondered the question, will I get more laughs if I am overweight? Question mark. Next thing you know, I'm overweight and I'm doing comedy. What, dude? There's always a question mark in there. Where's step 4, dude? Where's step 4, man? I saw my size as being an advantage, she added, whereas so many women see it as a disadvantage. Wilson had made similar comments in a 2015 interview with Australia's Daily Life, adding that bigger girls do better in comedy. Alright, fat sapphic bro, you've won this round. Oh, that chaps my ass. No, I don't really care. Let's continue.
So that she could, look the way she wants to look, which is like, yikes.
Honestly, I don't see it as problematic. Even if she did gain weight for roles, it's no different than anybody else gaining weight for a role or whatever. So she gained weight to get more roles and get more laughs in comedy and whatnot, used it to further her career. And then after a time, she got tired of being that weight and lost it all. You don't have to be mad about that. People aren't abandoning you every time they lose weight, They're just moving on with their lives, and it's got nothing to do with you. You should be happy for Rebel.
Fat suits. Fat suits are fucking awful. And legitimately have traumatized me as a child.
Bruh. They traumatized you as a child? That is weird, to be a child and see someone in a fat suit and be like, when I was a kid, I was bobbling around still in theta brainwaves. I don't know what the heck. You were a very lucid child, huh? You're like, that man is not actually fat. He's wearing a fat suit. And it also is problematic. Turned out it was your dad in a Santa Claus suit.
Like, I will never, ever listen to Weird Owl. Weird Owl.
Okay, you've clearly been medicating again. I remember a couple videos back, they're like, I've got dry mouth because I'm medicating. You're medicating again, ain't you? I ain't mad at you. I ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that, baby. I've nary seen a less medicated face.
Weird Owl? I just woke up, so my voice is strange. Anymore because of his Eat It video back when I was a kid.
What? Dude, that video was amazing. Weird Al, Eat It instead of Beat It. You were already getting butthurt about stuff even back in the day, dude. Stop. So you never had a childhood. You're always crying and complaining about stuff right from the beginning. See, this is what happens if you let your kids think that their opinion is too valid. It's good to value and cherish your children to a certain extent, but there comes that point when you're like, all right, Timmy, shut up. You are a child, so you need to be quiet. Adults are talking. Some people never got told that when they were children. They were told, oh, wow, you're a winner.
I won't listen to the Foo Fighters because of their bullshit video back when I was a kid where they wore fat suits. Like,
what? Now you're mad at the Foo Fighters? Aw, dude, come on.
That whole thing, Monica in Friends and the fat suit, like, it is such a thing.
And it traumatized you as a child. So you remember any time that you've ever seen anybody wearing a fat suit, apparently, and every single one of them sticks in your mind and traumatizes you. It's very telling that all their stories have to do with stuff revolving around the TV. It's never any stories of how, like, a fat suit affected your life negatively in the real world. It's always like, Monica on Friends wore a fat suit. The Foo Fighters wore a fat suit. Weird Al wore a fat suit. I have a recommendation for you and anybody else who is watching this. Turn off the TV, turn off social media, and stop listening to mainstream anything. Stop looking for representation in stupid, brain-dead movies. Screw all these movies. They're all boring anyway. It's all the same stupid plot over and over and over and over. Let me guess. Whatever movie happens to come out tomorrow, here's what's going to happen. The good guy is going to win. The bad guy is going to lose. The good guy is going to get the girl, if there is one. There's going to be a point where you think that the good guy is going to lose and the bad guy is winning. Oh no, oh scared, oh no, what's going to happen? But then the good guy triumphs over him and wins in the end. Finn.
Everybody does the fucking fat suits and it is absolutely horrific. Like, it is.
Well, let me ask you something. At your current weight, could you be on your feet for 12 hours a day filming a movie? I'm not trying to imply that somebody who's 600 pounds might not be the greatest gymnast, because we all know that weight doesn't exist. Gravity isn't real. A 600-pound man can do all kinds of backflips and pirouettes and walk a tightrope and all that stuff. We all know that. But could they stay on their feet for 12 hours a day?
It's so problematic, and I don't understand why people don't know how fucked up it is.
I don't understand why it is fucked up, as you say.
To wear a fat suit, especially when you're wearing a fat suit for the sake of being like the funny comedic relief character. Like,
so you should just gain a bunch of weight? Okay, so when an actor gains a bunch of weight for a role and then loses it, it's an ED. But when they wear a fat suit, it's problematic. So make up your mind.
there are plenty of real fat people. Just get real fat people if you want to play fat people roles. But also stop fucking making us just into a joke.
Have you ever been on your feet for 12 hours in one day? Honestly, that's just an honest question. People who are morbidly obese do not have the mobility of people that are not. Even somebody within the normal BMI range who is wearing a fat suit would be a lot more agile on their feet than somebody who is morbidly obese. You also have to be under crazy bright lights for hours at a time that'll make you just start sweating freaking bullets. When I was overweight, I would be sweating just sitting here without bright lights beating down on me. So I can only imagine if a morbidly obese person tried to take one of those roles.
And into the comedic relief, there's a documentary, I think it's called Disclosure, about like trans representation in the media. And I really want to know if anyone is doing that with fat representation in the media, because if not, it's something that I would be very interested in doing. Because
who cares who represents you in the media? Turn it off. Go live your life.
Because I really believe that fat phobia in media is part of what allows those brazen ass trolls that I get to be the way that they are.
Don't blame media for people being crappy to you. Well, I wasn't going to harass this overweight person, but I've been emboldened by the media. I got done watching the movie The Whale with Brendan Fraser, and now I just have a deep-seated hatred for fat people. Just what Hollywood wants.
Because in everywhere in the media, we are treated like a joke, and we are treated as something to either be laughed at or pitied or told that we're not, real people, whole people, that we're not enough as we are. And
well, I don't remember anybody saying you're not whole people and you're not enough. It's so weird to me that people like to complain about the media that they choose to consume. I was watching this movie and they didn't have enough gay, black, fat, blah, blah, blah in it. So don't watch it then. Who cares? All these fat acceptance people get angry at the way that Hollywood portrays them and all this other stuff. But they're always watching movies and consuming all this mindless media.
So fucking gross. I really hate the use of fat suits and the use of fat people as like comedic relief.
Okay, so we can't use the fat suit. And we also can't use fat people because it's problematic when Rebel Wilson gained weight to get roles. All that we can do is use obese people, and they must never lose weight after being famous. Otherwise, it is a total betrayal of all of our trust.
And butts of jokes. Like, it's so offensive. Thanks for the question.
This is a very silly take. Hollywood dramatizes a lot of things. It's Hollywood. The whole thing is, hey, let's film a thing and make it look like all this stuff is happening. But guess what? It's not really happening. Acting! Complaining that Hollywood doesn't use real fat people for fat roles. Movies are alright, man, but, like, when you crash the plane, somebody really needs to be in that plane and die. Hollywood's cool and everything, man, but it's just so unrealistic. When they showed that guy smoking crack in that movie, that wasn't even real crack, and he wasn't even addicted to crack. I also hate to break it to you guys, but that dude who played Walter White on Breaking Bad, he doesn't even cook meth, dude. He's a total freaking poser, man. Can you get it right, Hollywood? Can you just get it right? I want a real movie with real shit. It would take like 20 years to film that. Dude, if it took Aaron Aronofsky 10 years to film The Whale using a fat suit, how long would it take to film that movie using real morbidly obese actors? I'm not saying that morbidly obese people move slower or anything. We all know that gravity isn't real and physics don't exist. Those were some hot takes, as usual, from our friend Fat Sapphic Bro. What they said about Rebel Wilson gaining weight for the roles was correct. So you've won this round. Score 1 for you, Fat Sapphic. Everything else you said was total nonsense. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one.